Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinsky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
You've really got the tale of two cities right here. You got the ramp coming in, so you can come in with your wheelchair here, and that's as far as you're going to go.
2 years ago, the school district established a facilities committee made up of parents, community members, and consultants. That committee developed a 3-phase plan for improving the facilities both outside and in. Phase 1 consisted of a complete inspection of all components of the facilities. Phase 2 consists of reviewing these findings and sharing them with you, the public at large. And that is the purpose of these videos. In Phase 3, the district will develop a plan of action to address these needs and solicit input from the community. With this plan, the district is working to secure the future for this community and this school, both for this generation and generations yet to come.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog athletics. Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Kansas Land Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansas Land Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansas Land Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Thinking snacks, refreshing sips? Quinter Pit Stop just north of I-70 in Quinter has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
USD 293 Quinter Public Schools has a long and storied history. The current elementary and high school buildings were constructed in 1923 and 1939 respectively. That is a lot of footsteps within these hallways and a wealth of memories. The current students of Quinter have continued the practice of high achievement that was established so long ago. In the 2021 school year, despite the ravages of a pandemic, Quinter students excelled across the board. Quinter saw its first fourth grade student qualify for the State Festival in Music. 19 junior high and high school students qualified for the District Festival, and 7 more qualified for state in music, band, and piano. And it was a Quinter Bulldog that sang the national anthem to open the state track meet last May. Despite its size, Quinter continues to provide a full curriculum that includes art, woods, and vocational agriculture. The FFA judging team placed 3rd in the region, and the school witnessed a National Student of the Week winner in art. And it was Quinter students that swept the league art show, with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place finishes, not only at the high school division, but in junior high as well. Football, volleyball, cross country, and basketball produced 12 all-league performers, 2 all-district, and 3 honorable mention all-state, and 1 all-state athlete, while track sent 12 athletes to the state meet. Cross country sent both the boys and girls teams to state, with 3rd and 7th place finishes respectively. And last spring, Quinter seniors earned over $728,000 in scholarship money. Here at Quinter, we recognize effort and revel in the excellence that effort brings. Go Bulldogs.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Good evening, Quinter, Kansas, and welcome to the Castle Rock Classic between the visiting team, the Natoma Tigers, and your home team, the Quinter Bulldogs. Starters for tonight, for Natoma, 5'3" sophomore, number 4, Haley Hayes. For Quinter, 5'5" junior, number 4, Paige Bell.
From the beautiful western plains of Kansas, 100 miles east of the Colorado border and 1 mile north of Interstate 70, Quinter High School is site for the 38th annual Castle Rock Classic Basketball Tournament, one of the best tournaments in the entire state of Kansas. I'm Jackson Webb. Alongside me is David Jenright, and tonight we have two teams looking to put their best foot forward to start the tournament. The Quinter High School Bulldogs, led by Coach Matt Havlis, is off to a 1-0 start after taking down the Knights of Victoria last Friday. David, the Bulldogs have all the pieces to the puzzle to be extremely successful this season.
And they sure do. A dynamic duo of Ava Gillespie and Kennedy Worth, the senior-sophomore duo. You know, put in a lot of work against the Knights out of Victoria. Ava Gillespie had 26 points. Kennedy Worth had 18. And that was just the start to what could be a pretty good season for these girls. Yeah, just the start, like you said. And tonight, their opponent, the Natoma Tigers, currently 0-1 after a loss last week to St. John's. They're led by Coach Kurt Graff. And a tough loss last week and a tough look at this tournament. A lot of good teams as well. And for Natoma, just, you know, hoping to string together a couple of good games would be a win for Natoma in this tournament.
Yeah, that it would. Quinter High School 17-6 overall record last season. They're looking to do the same thing this year. We'll take a quick pause as we have the performance of the national anthem this evening performed by Quinter High School sophomore Randy Blackwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, this competition is being conducted in accordance with the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Cheerleaders, officials, and spectators can and are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. And now, would you please rise as sophomore Brandy Blackwood sings our national anthem.
There was a national anthem performed by Quinter High School sophomore Brandy Blackwood. And now, David, we're just about ready to get this one underway. We'll go through the starters for both teams real quick. First, for the visiting Tigers of Natoma, number 4, Haley Hayes, a sophomore. Number 5, Rayleigh Paget, a 5'7" junior. Number 11, Riley Collin, a 5'3" freshman. Number 21, Sarah Lyle. Number 32, Kyla Murphy. Starting lineup for the Tigers. Now for the Quinter Bulldogs, they will start Paige Bell, number 4, Ava Gillespie, number 10, Kennedy Worth, number 11, Kelsey Solinsky, number 12, and Kashlyn Kwasnicka at number 22.
Excited for some high school basketball, Jackson.
Yeah, that I am. Right there, some easy offense to start the scoring for the Bulldogs is number 12, Kelsey Solinsky with the easy bucket.
Easy indeed, and they get another steal right here, but it was all led from that first inbound pass.
Right there, that's that duo that you were talking about in the pregame. David Kennedy Worth to Ava Gillespie for easy two.
Easy two is a great cut to the basket by Gillespie as well, and there she is doing work on both ends. Gets the steal that time, and this time it's Worth on the other end, Jackson, the two-headed dragon.
Yeah, her first bucket of the contest, and just like that, before we can even blink our eyes, the Quinter High School Bulldogs out to a 6-0 lead. Coach Gaffel for Natoma knows it, and he's going to calm his girls down. We're going to take a quick break. 1 minute in, Quinter High School up 6-0.
Solinsky Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskys operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinsky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
David, quite the start already for the Quinter High School Bulldogs. We've got Gillespie, Worth, and Solinsky all with two. We're not even a minute into it.
Not even a minute in, and it wasn't like it was 3 fluke baskets either, Jackson. It was 3 easy layups off of, bad passes that were just stolen blatantly. So a terrific start to a home tournament for the Quinter Bulldogs.
Yeah, and a tournament, that they want to do their best in. What better tournament, than to host it in your own gym. Last year came up just shy in a hard-fought loss to the Ellis Railroaders, 59-47. And, of course, now ball game, the X-sisters, Grace, Emily, quite the duo that couldn't be stopped. But this year, Quinter High School's got one of their own that might take it all the way.
Yeah, and so far, both of those girls that we talked about pregame, Ava Gillespie and Kennedy Worth, have just been putting on a show this early in this ball game, both offensively and defensively. Neither one of them can miss, and neither one of them really, backing down defensively either.
Quinter swinging it around, good offense here, just being patient, and that's one thing that Coach Havlis likes about this year's team. They got some experience under their belt, so not as timid as you think that they would be this early on in the season, just a second game, but they do have that experience under their belt this year.
Yeah, and that experience showed right there on that loose ball. You talked about them not being timid, and a ball on the floor, and immediately 2 girls in white hop on it. There's not a whole lot that you can complain about. Defense is stupendous to this point, just can't quite finish some of those bunnies.
Yeah, Quinter had a nice open look at it right there underneath the basket. This kind of really the first time Natoma's been able to settle in and run offense. We'll see what they have drawn up here.
Looks like Coach Graffel was telling them to slow it down a little bit since they've been running a little hectically since this game started. Haven't really been able to set up like you said because this defense from the Bulldogs has been pretty smothering.
Yeah, that it has. And in the first game, just allowing 41 points the other night on the road, too, to a Victoria team. It is really good this year.
Speaking of really good, a better find and a better finish right there. The find from Gillespie and the finish again from Solinsky.
Solinsky's now got 4. Nice assist right there by Ava Gillespie. No good on the free throw. And when you talk about free throws, both Quinter High School boys and girls were able to shoot quite a bit the other night. And the boys, I know, it didn't shoot it all that well. So free throws have to be, free throws, they come down. We've seen a lot of games already this year in high school basketball just across the state that have came down free throws. So those got to be super important.
Yeah, I think The girls shot 2 for 8 the other night against Victoria, and the guys shot 13 of 28, I believe. And like you said, free throws are so crucial, especially when you come down late in the game. The guys lost by 1 point the other night, and if you think about it, one more converted trip at the free throw line, and it's a win for the boys.
Yeah, that it is. Beautiful shot right there. Last bucket good by Ava Gillespie. Nice three-pointer on the find was Kashlyn Kwasnicka. Just like that, back-to-back trips down the court, and Gillespie finds herself with 7 points.
This defense still holding Natoma from getting across the timeline even, and haven't even given up a single point yet. Can't ask for a much better start in your own tournament.
Yeah, that's for sure. Get another jump ball. This time it's going to be going with Quinter. We'll have some subs for the first time. On the floor for the Bulldogs, we'll have Sage Betts, Cabry Kwasnicka, and Bryn Gillespie. So got some new faces in some new spots. We'll see what Quinter's got. Three-pointer on the way. Kennedy Worth straight away, no good. And Gillespie's going to get called with a travel right there.
You know, and despite the missed three right there, I really like that shot from Kennedy Worth because she was wide open. Nobody was even coming over to her. So it's really nice to see the confidence in those types of looks.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing, the encouraging thing, too, is she wasn't rushed at all. She took her time, really focused on her shot. Just a little bit short.
You know, based on the performance she had the other night, I can't imagine she'll leave too many short like that after scoring 18 the other night.
Yeah, and she can hurt you in so many different ways, so fast, and she can shoot it from the perimeter. She just brings a lot to the table. Right there, the younger Gillespie getting involved on the action. She's got her first bucket, and man, this might be a little competition throughout the year that we see between Bryn and Ava. Who's going to be the better scorer, better shooter? And Bryn, we'll see. We'll see what she can bring to the table.
Yeah, nonetheless, both girls going to provide a lot for this Quinter team. Just from these first few minutes that I've watched here, both of the Gillespie girls can really get it done.
No good on the three-pointer there from Ava. She's now one of two from behind the arc. She made 4 threes the other night in the victory effort against the Knights. Just picking up where she left off last season.
Yeah, you talked about it a little bit with me earlier, Jackson. This offense for these girls put up over 1,200 points last year on the season. So obviously an offense that knows how to score and put the ball through the hoop. Something that the rest of the teams in this tournament are going to have to pay attention to after this game.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And so fun. Such a great season last year. We talk about 17-6 overall record. You win the conference tournament. You win the regular season conference outright. And that right there is a big reason why Ava Gillespie, not even a quarter in, double digits. She's now got 10.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. The shooting stroke from Ava Gillespie just looks extremely smooth, extremely repeatable, and that's all you ask for in high school girls basketball, something that's repeatable, and she has the definition of that in a shooting stroke.
Do lose a little bit of production, though. Last year had a incident where Anna Briggs, the forward for this Quinter Bulldogs team, moves away. Tough loss for the Bulldogs as she was such a big piece to the puzzle, provided great size down low, the shot blocker, as well as just she was good for 14 to 20 points a game just about every night out down low. She manned the post, so that's a tough loss for Coach Havlis, but he's got some young girls this year that are ready to make an impact.
Yeah, and the young girls have done a terrific job to this point already. We mentioned one that's a freshman, Bryn Gillespie, the sister of Ava, who just had the and one, finish right there. But we had a little inside information from our buddy Cale earlier, who told us, he talked about Briggs being gone, possibly providing a pretty big problem for this offense because they were so post-centered, and now this year they kind of have to flip it around and find something out on the wings.
Yep, that's for sure. Their kind of mentality or their identity changes just a little bit. but they do have the speed and the shooting ability by these guards, and right there stifling defense too. That one no good from the left wing, and back-to-back negatives right there for Quinter. Miss a wide open three and then also pick up a foul on Ava Gillespie. And that's going to lead us to our second timeout. This one also taken by Natoma. 1:55 left to go. Natoma Tigers still scoreless. 21-0. We're going to take a quick break.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
You folks at home will get a little quick picture for you on how the 38th annual Castle Rock Classic shakes out. And there's your bracket up there on the screen. Dighton and Wichita Christian, they play earlier this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Wheatland Grinnell and Pawnee Heights, Quinter and Natoma you're currently watching, and Rollins County and Western Plain will take place. Actually going on right now over in the JV gym, so we'll have some scores later on for you. You also see a boys matchup after this one between the Quinter High School Bulldogs, the boys team, and Western Plains. Well, we'll see if if Natoma can get on the board here. They've really struggled, and it's been hard because they can't even really get into half-court offense. This press is just so in their face, and yet another turnover right there.
And that's one thing that I think is a true teller of how hard your team's going to work is the fact that Quinter is up 21-0 right now, still pressing and still playing all out on defense is really telling for Coach Havlis.
Under a minute now left to go, and really, I mean, after getting across half court, it still seems they can't even really get post touches right now. Nothing's really open, and if they do get some scoring, you got to think that it's going to be from the perimeter as they're undersized down low too.
Yeah, no size down low, to make that presence, and then so far we haven't seen much of a shot from Natoma, so hard to tell how they're going to put their baskets in, but we see it from the Bulldogs doing it every way imaginable, Jackson.
Yeah, Cashlyn Kwasneka right there on the and one opportunity, fighting through the contact, and she'll go to the line to shoot just one. A big play right there for the Bulldogs.
We talked about free throws earlier, and so far already that's 0 for 2 on the night for Quinter. Despite all the positives to this point, that is one thing that Coach Havlis is going to be able to look at and find.
Yeah, that's really about the only negative that they got right so far, as you see cashing in on the transition bucket. Cashlyn's now got 4. Five seconds left. Natoma's got to get at least a shot off, or like to. Not going to. Gillespie, the younger one, Bryn on the defense right there, and that's going to be the conclusion of the first quarter. 25-0 your score. Quinter Bulldogs out in front, and it's looking too easy. We're going to take a quick break and be back with second quarter action.
Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Back here at Quinter High School, getting ready to start the second quarter of action here in the opening round of the 38th annual Castle Rock Classic. And we take a look, we'll go on a little trip. David and I will down memory lane and talk about the last few winners of the tournament on the girls' side. We have Ellis winning it last year. They are in back-to-back tournament championships. Won it last year, lost the year before to Hoxie, and then Hoxie winning it 3 years in a row, 19, 18, 17. Dighton was the winner back in 2017. Hoxie wins in 16 and back in 15 as well. So a lot of Hoxie, but this year not in the tournament. So kind of before you think about it, before the teams play, kind of predicting it out, there's quite a wide open door for Quinter this year, not having teams that are usually in the tournament like Ellis and Hoxie in it this year. So it leaves them a pretty good chance.
Yeah, it definitely leaves the home team with the opportunity to walk out of their own gym, with the trophy after the end of these games. And based on the way we've seen them play so far this evening, I can't really bet against them at this point either.
Yeah, just about every facet of the game they are dominating right now. Cashlin from the left corner had a good look at it, but rebounded to Gillespie underneath the bucket, and she will not miss many of those. Another two for Ava Gillespie, doing some work off the offensive glass.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. She had 26 against Victoria last Friday, and she's already got 15 tonight.
Yeah, well on her way to eclipse that mark. A little bit too much of a bump right there as Natoma will pick up a foul, and Kennedy Worth, she's going to have a wide open look at it, but a little bit of a foul bailed that opportunity out.
Yeah, she did have a wide open look, so the foul honestly was helpful there for Natoma to avoid giving up two free ones. Good roll right there, and she got it back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, easy pick and roll right there. Assist to Gillespie, and another easy two for Worth. Worth's now got 4 points. Gillespie with 15. Solinsky with 4, and Cashlin Kwasniewska with 4 as well.
Gillespie playing really hard, working really hard on defense, getting a bunch of hands all over the basketball, and doing what she can to make sure the offense is uncontested in the transition.
You got to think that maybe the struggles continue at the free throw line just because they're so worn out on the defensive end, because the defense has been so in your face. There's maybe they're a little bit burnt out.
Yeah, putting in that much work, I can't imagine that the legs are still fresh, even though we just started the second quarter, just running back and forth the way they have been. I assume that they would be pretty tired already at this point.
No kidding. One thing that this game makes me think of, just kind of some Chip Kelly, Oregon, no huddle offense. Let's get the ball and go. And they're doing just that.
As Dickie V would call it, NASCAR pace. We're so fast back and forth the whole time.
We'll see some more substitutions in now for Quinter. At the last dead ball, we had number 24, Addie Hargett, check in for the first time. And just now on that last one, number 1, Leah Anstedt will check in for the Bulldogs. And, of course, Leah on that state champion cross-country team this fall. So got to give a big kudos to her and the rest of the Bulldog runners.
Yeah, huge shout out to the Quinter Bulldog Runners. Cross-country team had a terrific season this season. And speaking of teams that have had terrific roles, Quinter High School Scholars Bowl team has been on quite a roll. The team defeated 17 other teams to take first place at the Tribune/Greeley County tournament. And just last night, they defeated 14 teams to take first place in the Colby Scholars Bowl meet.
Dang, that is, they're doing some work right there. The scholars with the knowledge, don't mess with those kids.
Absolutely not. They'll be running our future.
Natoma finally getting a little bit of a post touch, get a shot from the right block, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. But hey, there we go in the scoring. And for the Tigers, that's number 11, Riley Conlon, with the first bucket for the Natoma Tigers. offensive rebounds, a story on both ends, as this time Cabry Quadzanica tries to get a three-pointer of her own. No good there. Feels like we had so many jump balls already in this one, and I felt like it was going to be Natoma's ball, but just kidding, it's Quinter's.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of possession arrow changes already to this point. That definitely attributes to the hustle both teams have put out already.
Take a quick look at our foul breakdown. That'll be the 6th-team foul on Quinter in the first half, as the Natoma Tigers just with 5. So the next foul on Quinter will put Natoma in the single bonus. Originally, I thought we were going to have a push there, but instead of travel. Bryn, no good from the block. She'll kick it out. They'll reset the offense, but another travel right there.
Quinter came out pretty hot, looked really good on offense for a few possessions, and since then they've kind of slowed down a little bit, taken their time, tried to get different looks, and so far it hasn't been ideal to what we wanted the Bulldogs to continue.
This time we'll get a foul. That's on number 2, Sage Betts on the foul. And that'll send the Natoma Tigers to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. That one off the mark. At the free throw line, that was number 32, Michaela Murphy. Just a freshman starting for the Natoma Tigers. One of actually 2 freshmen, the other one being Riley Conlon, the gal with the only bucket for the Natoma Tigers. So a little bit of youth on this year's team for the Tigers, as they're going to switch it up and play a little bit of zone now.
The youth could explain a little bit of, the lack of communication that we've seen to this point, but nonetheless, you have to look forward to the future when you have this many young kids starting on varsity as freshmen.
Talk about youthful talent right there. Offensive board and putback by number 5, Bryn Gillespie. She's got 4 points, 3 boards, 2 of them offensive. Just one of the many young players on the court tonight that's doing a good job. Can't get much better than that. Defensive rebound for Gillespie, drives down the court. Then an assist, dishing it out to Sage Betts with a nice 2-point bucket right there underneath the basket. That'll be Sage's first bucket of the contest.
This defense for the Bulldogs is, kind of stifling for the Tigers. Haven't allowed really anything, Jackson.
Target from the elbow, no good, and yet another foul. This one will be on Leah Anstead, and back to the line the Tigers will go. This time, shooting the free throws for Natoma is going to be number 5, Raylyn Paget. First one good right there for Natoma. Now 33-3. Just approaching 3 minutes left here in the first half. There we go. Can't do any better than that. Raylyn, 100% from the line. Nice 2 for 2.
That's one of those things that sometimes gets teams going without them knowing it, is just seeing the bucket or seeing the ball go through the bucket 1 or 2 times just makes your whole team feel a little bit better about where they stand.
That's why I was never good at basketball. I just never got that chance to see it go through. I would always aim for the rim. So
aim small, you miss small. That's what
yeah.
they say.
Well, mine was aim small, miss a lot.
No matter where you aim or how big you aim.
Another turnover right there for the Quinter Bulldogs as we're 2.5 minutes away from the halftime break. Fouls starting to become an issue right now for the Quinter Bulldogs. That's 9. Just one away from the double bonus. And this will send number 32 for Natoma, Michaela Murphy, back to the line for the second time tonight. We'll get subs and a new platoon like the Coach Calipari. You know, the ship, just a new ship. Yeah,
the platoon swap.
Yep. A new ship full of Bulldogs is ready and looking to add some more points before halftime.
And right here, I think personally, if you're Coach Matt Havlis, the thing that you want to stress the most to your team is we have the lead. We know we can score on offense, but let's play clean defense at this point. Let's keep this ball game rolling. That way we don't have to keep slowing down and getting out of rhythm.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth right there. 9-6 is your foul total right now. Quinter with 9, Natoma with 6. As Natoma stays in zone defense now. Backdoor cut. Worth trying to find Gillespie. Instead, it winds up in the hands of Bell. Now on the ground. Gillespie's got it. Turnaround Jay, no good. Now we'll have a jump ball on the other side. And before Bell goes to the free throw line, we'll thank some of our sponsors for helping us put on this broadcast here at the 38th Annual Castle Rock Classic. We got to thank Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, Blue Stem Medical, Blackwood Family Dentistry, Kaiser Angus, Selinsky Land and Cattle Company, and Smoky Hill Ag. We thank you so much for your sponsorships and helping us out and giving us the opportunity to be here to watch the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Bell goes 1 of 2 from the line, gets her own offensive rebound, gets bumped underneath the basket, but no good. 1:50 left. We'll see if the Tigers can add some points on the board.
It looks like they're running a zone defense of their own now to match Natoma. They got the steal they wanted, but Paige Bell got a little bit excited with the basketball before she could get it out of her hands.
Yeah, and we've heard so many whistles, and we gotta talk about the officiating crew and just the state of Kansas as a whole. The state of Kansas is in desperate need of basketball officials. So any fans at home, we know most of the time everybody at home likes to critique. Let's put your skills to the test.
Right.
Sign up with Keisha, become a certified referee this winter. If you're interested in finding out how you can be a part of the action, please call Quinter High School to get more information.
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of at-home officials and referees, and you know, as much as we need officials and referees, I'd love to see some of these guys get out here and help us out because we need the numbers.
Yeah, that we do. I know I've been working on my skills at the rec, trying to become better. I don't know if I've done that. Got a lot of complaints over the weeks, but
it's all in the form. It's all in the form when it comes to officiating, right, Jackson?
Oh yeah. That last bucket by Ava Gillespie. She's now got 17, closing in on her average. Just under a minute left to go here. We'll see a set play. Just a little duck under by Ava Gillespie. Beautiful find under on the inbounds pass from Bell. Give her the assist and 2 more for Ava, now with 19. Kennedy Worth. Defense has been felt. Offense a little quiet, only 4 points right now, but she might get 2 more. Spoke a little bit too soon as Kwasnicka throws it away.
Yeah, just a little bit too much mustard on that pass, a little bit too much power. Worth couldn't quite get underneath it, but nonetheless, they still hold a 32-point lead. As long as they can stay solid on defense, I think we'll be all right.
Post touch in the middle of the lane for Paget. That one's off the mark, rebounded to Bell. Down the court quickly to Worth. She'll just step her way around a defender. Off the mark on the first one, gets the rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line. You fans at home, stick around because at halftime we have a special edition of Halftime Adjustments with Quinter's very own Cale Hargett. So be on the lookout for him to join us up here. He's kind of been the scouting guy for us. David and I have been watching the games here in the main gym. He popped over to the JV gym, got the scoop on some of the other teams like Pawnee Heights and Dighton. He'll have a little bit of a scoring update for you guys at halftime. A lot of great teams in this year's Castle Rock Classic and new teams, and we're glad that Cale will be able to give us the inside scoop on those two teams.
Yeah, on the way up here, we talked about it a little bit about how, different it would be without some of the teams here. Like you mentioned, Ellis and Hoxie not quite being here. And we thought it would be different and a little bit less of a feel, but after we got here, it's the same kind of feel, same sort of intensity. There's a lot of good teams still in this tournament.
3.7 on the clock as Paget will not stay perfect at the line. She's now 2 of 3, but would love to get this one to fall right before the halftime break. And still, with how fast this Quinter Bulldogs offense is, that's enough time. Get you a couple dribbles, get past half court, especially now with the inbounds. Long pass. Worth, the fastest girl on the court, all the way up the court to Gillespie. At the buzzer, little bit short. Good look at it. Great first half for both sides, but a little bit more so for the Quinter Bulldogs as they have the commanding lead, 39-7, as we head to the halftime break. When we return, we'll have a little bit of a scoring update on some of the games around the tournament. We'll take a look in the stats, and then also, of course, the second half adjustments made with Cale Hargett. You fans at home, get you a drink, get you a snack, and we'll be back with more halftime report.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Kansas Land Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansas Land Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansas Land Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
tale of two cities right here. You got the ramp coming in, so you can come in with your wheelchair here, and that's as far as you're going to go.
2 years ago, the school district established a facilities committee made up of parents, community members, and consultants. That committee developed a 3-phase plan for improving the facilities both outside and in. Phase 1 consisted of a complete inspection of all components of the facilities. Phase 2 consists of reviewing these findings and sharing them with you, the public at large, and that is the purpose of these videos. In Phase 3, the district will develop a plan of action to address these needs and solicit input from the community. With this plan, the district is working to secure the future for this community and this school, both for this generation and generations yet to come.
Back here at Quinter High School, your score, the Bulldogs 39, the Tigers of Natoma 7. And David, we are here to start the game, and man, oh man, did it start in a flash. Quinter, the first 3 possessions, 3 easy buckets, just like that. It was 6-0. Then after that, after the end of one quarter, 25-0. Now we're here at half, 39-7. What was it that you saw in that first half that led to be Quinter so successful?
Well, the offense obviously was putting the ball through the basket, but the defense was terrific from the get-go. The first 3 passes of the game for Natoma were all stolen right away and led to easy layups for the Bulldogs. So the defense and just the overall hustle that Quinter has shown since they've come onto the floor has just been pretty incredible. Matt Havlish should be pretty happy with this team considering they're up 39-7 at halftime.
Yeah, that he should. And we talk a little bit about stats. Last year, some averages. Ava Gillespie, 13 points per game. Kennedy Worth, 7. Of course, they lost Anna Briggs with 13 points per game. But now we've got some players in the scoring column that we didn't see quite a bit last year, already making an impact. We'll take a look at the stats real quick. Betts has got 2. Bryn Gillespie with 4, Ava Gillespie leading all scorers with 19, Kennedy Worth with 4, Zielinski's got 4, and Cashlyn Kwasnicka with 4. What's been the highlight for you just watching these girls perform and in the stats?
The unselfishness, really, despite the fact that Ava has 19 points, it's been really, she's been looking for all of her teammates evenly. Her teammates have all been looking for her as well as the others. You know, it's just been really good ball movement, really unselfish basketball for high school basketball. It's really impressive to watch right now what Quinter's doing.
Yeah, that it is. They're playing a good team game right now. Up 39-7. There was your stats breakdown. We're going to take a quick break. Be back with Cale Hargett himself. He's got a couple score updates as well as the second half adjustments that need to be made. We'll be back in a flash, 3.5 minutes, and we'll see you back here for the second half of Quinter and Natoma.
Thinking snacks, refreshing sips? Quinter Pit Stop just north of I-70 in Quinter has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
Zielinski Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Zielinskis operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Zielinski Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Bluestem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Bluestem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics. Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life.
All right, back here at Quinter High School, and play has already resumed, but I got Cale Hargett up here with me getting ready to talk about the Castle Rock Classic. On the boys' side of things, we watched Wheatland Grinnell just absolutely demolish Wichita Christian, but you did some scouting for us over in the other gym and saw two good teams. Can you tell us about that one, Cale?
Well, Dighton started off quick, really handled them in the first quarter with steals and good defense, and after a while, Pawnee Heights started to pick up with things with a couple of threes, and it was back and forth for a while going into overtime, but Dighton did end up losing by a last-second layup.
No kidding. Any crazy good players or athletes that you saw over there that we should know about?
I would watch out for Pawnee Heights number 15 and Dighton's number 20. Dighton has a really good guard with a very good vertical and defense, and also for Pawnee Heights, just amazing shooting is what I would look out for, as the Bulldogs boys will play one of the two of those teams depending on if they win or lose.
Yes, for sure. We'll await that game later on, and we talk about Wheatland Grinnell, Pawnee Heights, preseason ranked in the state of Kansas. But Cale, second half adjustments, what do the two teams need to do in order to put on a good performance here in the second half?
I think Natoma just needs to stay calm. They looked very rushed in the first half. They were giving up different types of passes that were not that good, and the Bulldogs could read right through it. And a very well put zone by Coach Matt Havlis in this 1-2-2 type of look, and it is worked definitely. You can tell by the score, as always kept its shape. You can kind of see that 1-2-2 look every single time a pass is made.
There you have it, Cale Hargett with the stats update and the second half adjustments. And we always enjoy having Cale up here. Gives great insight. It's such a great scouter, too. 45-7 now your score, and update the stats a little bit as Kennedy Worth now just enters double figures. She's got 10 points, and we'll have some substitutions as well as Bryn Gillespie and Sage Betts will check in for the Bulldogs.
As another thing, both Gillespie's sisters are doing a wonderful job so far, and you're going to wonder, as the season goes on, will the torch be passed to Bryn, or will Ava keep it for her senior year?
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be a fun duo to watch all year.
A little bit of a sister rivalry, as you're going to see that out throughout this year. I would assume maybe not passing it to the open sister if you have a clear shot.
Yep, Ava will fire from deep this time, no good. Younger sister tried to get the rebound, but no luck as Natoma tries to settle in here in the third quarter. Tough sledding so far, only 7 points, and 3 of them coming at the free throw line.
Very scrappy defense from Quinter. That's giving them a lot of steals, but also a lot of fouls. In that first half, you saw almost going into the double bonus there, as Kennedy Worth already starting to get into foul trouble.
Yeah, 9 fouls in the first half for the Bulldogs. Definitely looking to cut down on that number here in the second. Selinsky from the corner. It looked good out of the hand, but she'll be able to get her own rebound.
It's almost every single one of these Bulldogs can shoot it from deep and short. And it's kind of a very good thing, as Anna Briggs had to go to Nebraska and Kayla Getz graduating, so they needed a lot of posts, and they are starting to get some. Well, it's Kelsey Selinsky starting to play post, and also a lot of people stepping up to make small shots and the perimeter shooting.
In the corner this time, perimeter shooting, like you said, Kayla, Ava Gillespie. She's one of the best to do it here on this Quinter High School team. She's now got 22 points for the Bulldogs.
As you'll see, that's going to be a very hard shooter to guard, as she's just going to shoot her shot, and she's always going to be open. And there you see it. If she's right there, she's not going to pass it. She's going to shoot it because she's a shooter.
Ava will head to the free throw line. That last foul for Natoma is going to be on their number 11.
Riley Conlon, her fourth.
Not good, so they're going to have to sub Conlon out, and now into the game for Natoma is number 12, Carolyn Lyle.
As the second shot is good, putting the Bulldogs at 50 points. And this definitely will be a very good win for the Bulldogs moving forward, to just give them a little bit more of confidence, as they went to Victoria and won another game in a situation like this, and for winning at their own home court will be another good thing for them.
Yeah, a team that defended home court so well last year, 9-2 record here in this same gym. Did a great job of playing teams well here and playing their own basketball.
As number 32, Michaela Murphy, gonna pick up her third foul, second team foul in the half, as Quinter has actually been pretty clean this half, staying at no fouls so far.
Addie Hargett will check in now for the Bulldogs as Gillespie shoots her second free throw. And Leah Anstead will check in. She'll replace Gillespie, just coming from the free throw line.
And it's a good thing for Matt Havlis to get some of his bench players in here to give them some experience moving forward in the years, as one thing you don't notice is a person who plays JV gets they don't get a lot of playing time. And then as soon as you get to those higher, more intense games, they crumble, and it's just a good idea for Matt Havlis to start it new with a new team in a kind of pressurous situation here at your home court, playing in a very precious type of tournament, as has been going for so long.
Yeah, 38 years, quite a long time. Kayla, you know basketball better than a lot of people, and you're currently in a season right now too. Tell us how that's been going and what's been working for you guys at your level.
Well, we are, I think, 500 on the year. I think next week we go into our league tournament up in St. Francis. It will be a pretty tough tournament for us. We're probably going to go in as a 4 or 5 seed, and a couple of tough games heading up, but we should be able to come out victorious in a couple and maybe lose, but we don't want that, as we have a good chance to win our league tournament.
Yeah, who's the team to watch for in that one? Who's going to be the top dog going into that?
Probably Atwood. They have ran an incredible offense.
Okay, well, we'll watch for you guys to try and slow them down. 3:30 left to play here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs with it, and the offense has been not as quick as the first half. The Bulldogs slowing it down a little bit, but they're still scoring pretty efficiently, as right there, 3 chances at it will end in a jump ball, but Quinter will still keep it.
I think they're opening up with a new offense with 2 high posts and 2 in the corner, and then a point guard up at the top. Or in that first half, we saw more of a flexed offense, 4 around the perimeter and 1 post. So I wonder if this is just trying to slow up the game, take a little bit more time off the clock. Trying to get some shots down low. It looks like Natoma has switched to a more 2-3 zone or a man-to-man. Couldn't tell on that inbounds play.
Jump ball this time, and it'll go with Natoma, trailing 52-7.
As Quinter switching up their defense to more of a 2-3 zone instead of their 1-2-2 look.
Cabry with a nice open look there. Second attempt no good, as well as the third, as Gillespie had 2 cracks at it. Leah Anstead with a great steal right there, just out of the hands of the Natoma point guard.
And a bunch of steals in this game from Quinter. They have been playing some really scrappy defense here. And it's shown to pay off in that first half. They just opened it wide open with a bunch of steals and layups.
Yeah, 25 points in the first quarter. What a great start that was for Coach Havels and his squad.
And you see it there, Leah Anstead kind of poking at it, and then Sage Betts just trying to steal it out of Sarah Lyle's hands. And it will come into a jump ball, as it will be Quinter ball.
Three-pointer on the way from the right wing from Cabry Quasineta is no good. Leah Anstead with a great rebound, but it's going to be called for the travel there.
It was tripped up as Addie Hargett went down, and so did Leah Anstead.
Now Hargett, that's a pretty familiar name, and got a familiar face out there in Addie, number 24. You might know her a little bit better than everyone else, Kale. What's number 24 bring to the table this year?
She is my cousin.
Tell us about her style of play.
Well, she's a very, I don't know how to put it. She's
now
very
you gotta watch your words, or else things can be kind of crazy.
Not like that.
You got Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Hard to predict is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say anything bad.
I know you'd never do that, Kale.
Because one time she's up at the elbow, and the other time she's in the corner for 3. It's hard to tell what she's going to do next.
Yeah, she seems like a really strong player that will add a little bit something in the rebounding category or column for the Bulldogs. Yeah, for sure.
She doesn't look that tall, but she can play the post very well, and a bunch of these freshmen coming up can play the post, and they are good at it too. As only 3 players coming up from junior high, Bryn Gillespie, which you've seen a little bit of, Serenity Smith, not so much, and Addie Hargett, as all of them really can take it down low, and they can shoot from the perimeter, as it will be fun to watch the youth of the Bulldogs.
Good hustle right there as Cabry Quasineta is the first Bulldog on the floor, and right there they get the turnover out of it.
That's a nice save from Bryn Gillespie out to Addie Hargett, and she will miss the 3. A little bit of a fight for the rebound. And we'll stay with Natoma. Just under a minute to go, as Leah Anstead going to pick up her 4th foul.
She'll stay in the game, though. Under a minute left to go in the third. 2-point bucket on the way, and that one's good. Great shot right there by Natoma. That's number 21, Sarah Lyle, hitting it from that corner. Not an easy shot. You can't use the backboard, but she drains it.
As number 2, Sage Betts, trying to come and one-up her with a 3, but just misses.
Yep, 54-9, and probably the last possession of the third quarter.
I think the Bulldogs then heard you and said, no, we want the ball back.
Yep, good steal right there. A couple looks at it. Third time, no good, but that is going to send number 2, Sage Betts, to the line.
As 8 seconds left in the third quarter, have to think, are they going to keep the bench players in the game, as Michaela Murphy picks up her 4th foul, as couple of Bulldogs in foul trouble, more of the starters, but some of these Natoma girls starting to get into foul trouble. So do you attack that, risking a couple of fouls yourself, or do you play backed off and try not to foul?
Have number 24 now coming in. That is Christina Robinson for the Tigers. She'll replace number 32, Michaela Murphy. Right there, good rebound by Christina Robinson. Natoma will get the last shot of the third, trailing 54-9.
6 seconds flat on the clock as they're not going to roll it.
No, I don't know if they know.
Out the clock.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on the Tigers' part. They'll go into the fourth, trailing 54-9. Coach Matt Havlis and his squad in complete control. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the last quarter of action.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Back here, set and ready for the fourth quarter of action. You are listening to Cale Hargett on the call with myself. We'll have him back in the post-game with a little bit of post-game analysis. David Jenright, you had a little bit of a break, a little water break. What did you see during your break out there on the court?
You know, there was actually a lot to see. A lot of, like you mentioned earlier, we're seeing a lot of the substitutes, a lot of the younger players for Quinter, as well as Natoma at this point. So it's probably just good for these girls to just see some experience. It's the second game of the year. I'm sure there's still jitters for a lot of these girls out here. Second varsity game of the year.
And also, yeah, just being thrown right into a tournament, too.
Yeah, and not just any tournament. This is a pretty storied tournament in this area, too. So, you know, being out here on this court is probably pretty nerve-wracking. So it's good to see a lot of different girls getting some playing time.
Yeah, that it is. And we talk about that is Brighton Mesh will check in now for Quinter Bulldogs. She is a 5'3" junior wearing number 23 in the white and red. Serenity Smith getting her first action, number 21. She is the one of the 3 freshmen on this year's squad for Coach Matt Havlis, standing in at 5'5". With this new group on the court, Sage Betts will be the point guard. Natoma in a little bit of a zone here. It looks like kind of 3-2. Backdoor cut. Serenity Smith wide open. Good pass by Betts. A little bit off the mark. We'll have a rebounding foul here on the Bulldogs.
You know, despite the miss there, that was a great cut to the basket. Found the open spot of the zone defense, which is what you ask for in your offense when you're seeing zone defense. Find the open spot of the floor, exploit it, and look for a good shot. And, you know, Serenity Smith had one right there.
Yeah, they got exactly what they wanted, just a little bit off on the shot. But makes up for great defense right there. Smith with the steal. Three-pointer on the way. That's Smith. She's got it. Three-pointer good straight away from Serenity Smith. That's a big bucket right there. Getting her in the scoring column for the first time of the year, and that could be the spark of something new. Another player on this roster that can add some scoring.
Like we mentioned, getting the playing time, and there she is again, Serenity Smith, another 2, you know, stepping in, making an impact right away. And like I said earlier, the experience is huge, and with the freshmen seeing some minutes and getting some baskets like this, it's huge.
Leah Anstead with some great defense as well. Put back good right there by Sage Betts, and with that bucket, she's got 4. And the scoring column starting to fill up here for the Quinter Bulldogs as Ava Gillespie still leads all scorers, but she finds herself on the bench being a great teammate, cheering on her girls. She's got 22 in today's contest in just about 2.5 quarters of play.
Yeah, she did a really good job. Had a lot of good open looks, a lot of looks in general that were just good for the team. like easy baskets, easy shots. And she took them and converted on most. She had 26 against Victoria last Friday, 22, like you said, tonight. Not too bad of a start to the season for Ava Gillespie.
Oh, no, not. It's not. It's definitely not. Got to be one of the hottest starts that anyone for Keisha girls has started with this season in 2 games, 2 20-plus point games. Quite the accomplishment. Quinter Bulldogs on top 61-9, 4:51 left to go in this one. We're going to take maybe one of our last breaks and be back here with the last 4 minutes of action.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Last little stretch, headed down the home stretch in this one, David Jenwright, 61-9, and we got to thank our sponsors one more time. We'll start with the Quinter Pit Stop, Gove County Medical Center, Kansas Land Bank, Family Market, Gove Community Bible Church, GG&T Cattle Company, and Man Farms, helping feed the Quinter Bulldogs and the world. David, we got to thank our great sponsors that we have here around the Quinter area, and just being able to, or allowing us to be here and help out the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's really incredible that we get to come out here and put something of such quality service for a community that deserves nothing less. This community pours everything into this high school, and this high school does its best to pour everything back into the community. So I'm glad that we can be a part of it as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. And as always, we got great athletes to watch out there on the court. For Quinter High School, definitely in need of volunteers to help out around the gym on game day. Need volunteers to take gate, the tickets and the money at the gate, run the clock, and keep the scorebooks. That's a tough task because so much scoring going on in these Quinter ball games. But the school is willing to train, and if you're willing to help, please contact the high school.
We talk about the officials being an important asset to the game, but the scorekeepers as well, because most of the time they are monitored by Keisha. Scorekeepers have a pretty important role in the overall, contest of basketball.
Yeah, it's not even really a job. It's a fun thing you get to do. You get to get paid and help out while watching some basketball. That's why you and I love our job so much.
Exactly. We need to talk about sports and do the thing that we love and watch them.
3:40 left to go here in this one. 61-9 your score. The Bulldogs with a couple more substitutions. Hargett will check back in. Smith, the younger Kwasnicka, on the court, as well as Hargett and Mesh. Serenity Smith, right wing three-pointer. This one also good. And man, oh man, look at her. She's got 8 points. Big bucket right there by Serenity Smith. That time, she was super confident in that first one. She was a little hesitant, and she was saying, hey, should I take this one? That time, got the ball, knocked it down. Easy money right there from Serenity Smith.
And that's one of those experience things, just seeing minutes right now. And like you said, we've seen her build the confidence to shoot the ball just in the 3 or 4 shots she's taken in this contest. And that could very well translate to the rest of the season, where when she gets in, there will be none of those nerves that we saw when she first checked into the game.
She's working them all out now, and it seems like she doesn't have any at all left in the tank.
She looks like she's just ready to play some basketball.
There's another one too right there. It's Cabry Kwasnicka. Her sister, a great talent, but also, I mean, just being that young and all the things that she brings to the table, she's able to handle the ball, played great defense tonight. You're right there with the court vision. A little bit of a high pass, but she saw the open girl, the open teammate. She's going to be one that's fun to watch. On the other side of things for Natoma, number 21, Sarah Lyle with a 3-point bucket, and Natoma in double figures as a team. Natoma will take a 30-second timeout. Committee, Coach Kurt Graffel. He's going to try and get things situated over there. And we'll take this last little break to talk about the coaches. On the Natoma side, Kurt Graffel, like we said, he's assisted by Heather Lyles, got some family members, Carson and Sarah on the girls squad. This Natoma team kind of rebuilding the last couple years, not been their years, but they're still playing tough, fun, competitive basketball, and also getting into the tournament. And checking here in the log, Natoma, this is their first year in the Castle Rock Classic, so we'll see how they fare the rest of the way. Now on Quinter's side, Coach Matt Havlas, a guy that's been to the state tournament, knows his way around it, as if we might have to zoom in on it, but the coaching staff all wearing their championship rings from a few years back. This is a coaching staff that has quite the knowledge on their side. He's assisted by Coach Scott Chris, who also coaches at the middle school level. They're in the middle of a great season on their way to their middle school league tournament with an 8-2 record. So those two coaches right there, you can just see it in the way that their girls play. They are well coached, they have fun, but they're intense, and everything is done with a purpose.
Yeah, they are absolutely intense, and I mentioned it earlier on in this ball game. Just the amount of hustle that these girls put out on the floor and leave out on the floor is definitely indicative of the coaching staff and the amount of work that they put in with these girls.
Jump ball as we see Sage Betts. This is her first attempt, gets the ball back. Right there, jump ball. Clock is running, 40 seconds and ticking. 67-12 your score. You like to see Natoma get on the board one or two more times if they can to get some momentum rolling into the next contest. And we'll have that bracket update for you before the boys game starts.
Yeah, build a little bit of momentum, hopefully get into the next contest and start a little bit hotter than what they did in this contest. Would be ideal, and mostly a win for Natoma if they're able to come out hot in the next contest.
Yeah, that for sure. We take a look at the bracket real quick as the time expires. In this one, Quinter's going to take it 67-12 over the Tigers. Natoma will move on to play on Friday. That game will be at 4:30 in the JV gym. They will play the loser of Rollins County and Western Plains. For the Quinter girls, they will take on the winner of Rollins County and Western Plains. That game going on right now across the way in the JV gym. We'll get that score and get the schedule out to you a little bit later on. But Quinter taking this one easily, David, 67-12. Your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
Just from the get-go, Quinter came ready to play. They showed up. They were, showing extreme hustle from the jump, honestly. Ava Gillespie had a hot start to the game. The defense had their hands active from the moment the ball was tipped. And honestly, it was just a really good all-around performance, really good all-around effort from Quinter. And if they continue to put that kind of effort onto the floor, it's going to be hard to stop these Bulldogs.
Yeah, that it will. And one last time, we'll have our guy, Cale Hargett, step on the mic and see what he thinks about this one. We'll also hear from Coach Matt Havlas here in a few minutes coming up. But we'll talk a little bit about stats. Sage Betts added 7 points for the Bulldogs tonight. Bryn Gillespie with 4, as well as over 5 rebounds. Kennedy Worth with 10 points, a couple rebounds, and a few assists. Kelsey Solinsky with 4 points. Serenity Smith with 8 off the bench. And Kashlyn Kwasnicka with 4. I'm here with Cale Hargett one last time. If you had to announce a player of the game, who would yours go to?
I think I would give it to number 10, Ava Gillespie, with 22 points. I think it's hard not to go against that. I mean, in the first half, she stole it and took it and scored. And
yeah, that she did. And also, she shot the three-point ball well on the road at Victoria. Steps in today, does the same exact thing, knocking down a few three-pointers. Cale, she's just an all-around player. She can hurt you from inside and outside. What's your favorite thing to watch when Ava Gillespie's out there on the court?
I think you never know. I mean, that's a lot of this Quinter team. You never know where they're going. And one play they could be playing point guard, and next play they can be playing post. They have a variety, and the offense that Matt Havlas has run in. It's just hard to tell what they're going to do, and Ava really shows that the best.
All right, there you had it. That's Cale Hargett. This is the Tiger Media Network, and we ask that if you'd like to subscribe to the Quinter High School's YouTube, we'd love if you can. If we get 1,000 subscribers, we can broadcast directly through YouTube and avoid usage of third-party software to do so. That was your ball game as the Quinter High School Bulldogs take it 67-12 over the Natoma Tigers and improve to 2-0 and stay on the winner's side of things in the 38th annual Castle Rock Classic. We're going to take a quick break and talk with Coach Matt Havlas and one last time, wrap things up, and then get ready for the boys' game. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in a few.
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Kansas Land Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansas Land Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansas Land Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
You've really got the tale of two cities right here. You got the ramp coming in, so you can come in with your wheelchair here, and that's as far as you're going to go.
2 years ago, the school district established a facilities committee made up of parents, community members, and consultants. That committee developed a 3-phase plan for improving the facilities both outside and in. Phase 1 consisted of a complete inspection of all components of the facilities. Phase 2 consists of reviewing these findings and sharing them with you, the public at large. And that is the purpose of these videos. In Phase 3, the district will develop a plan of action to address these needs and solicit input from the community. With this plan, the district is working to secure the future for this community and this school, both for this generation and generations yet to come.
Thinking snacks, refreshing sips? Quinter Pit Stop just north of I-70 in Quinter has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
Solinsky Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskys operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinsky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Back here now at Quinter High School, I'm here with head coach Matt Havlis. His squad just fresh off a 67-12 victory over the Natoma Tigers. I'm here with him right now. Coach, how do you feel about your girls' performance tonight? Just an absolute rout over the Tigers.
You know, we're very athletic, and we run the court well. Tonight we shot a bunch of threes. We hit some outside shots. If we can continue to defend and knock down some shots, we'll be pretty good this year.
Yeah, for sure. We saw the depth on full display today. A bunch of Bulldogs in the scoring column, and we see some girls, Serenity Smith, the younger Gillespie, Bryn getting in there, as well as Cabri Kwasniska with a few points, Sage Betts, all those girls getting in the scoring column. How did that feel to have some of your bench players get involved in tonight's game?
Yeah, the way we play, we like to get up and down the court, so we like to get a lot of girls involved. We started the season with Victoria. You know, we ran the court well, had a ton of layups, defended really well, and I think we made 7 threes that game and put up 63. We have Ava Gillespie back from, you know, we lost her in sub-state last year with an ACL. It's great to have her back. Great basketball player, very smart, good shooter. You know, no one is playing selfish. We're passing the ball ahead. We don't care who scores. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah, that it was. It was a full team effort tonight. We also talk about transition from last year to this year. Ava Gillespie averaged 13 points a game last year. Anna Briggs with the same, and also Kayla Getz. You lose 2 out of those 3 players. How is it a little bit different this year than opposed to last year?
You know, last year, you know, we didn't push the ball as much. We had 2 great posts. Anna Briggs and Kayla Getz. Kayla was a senior last year, and we had Ava too. So we had the big 3. Kennedy Worth was a freshman last year, and Kennedy's outstanding too. Her and Ava, you know, to have 2 guards like them two, I'm very spoiled. And it's not just them two, because we are, you know, we're very athletic we can go 10 deep, and we're very athletic. So it's fun. We can. You know, last year, you know, I think we might play better defense this year. Last year we had Anna Briggs with a bunch of block shots every game, which saves a lot of shots. But we can anticipate, and our girls are doing a great job of, you know, when they do get a rebound, you know, they'll take an escape dribble, look down the court, and we push the ball well.
Yeah, you talk about last year, such a terrific year overall, 17-6 overall record. Did a great job throughout the whole season. Fell just short in the region in sub-state, but then also you're trying to get back on track and get the trophy this year. Lost last year 59-47 to Ellis, but things are looking great, off to a great start. What's the recipe for success for the 38th Castle Rock Classic?
Oh man, we have to keep defending and keep running the court. We have a tough, I think that we're going to have a tough Rawlins County team on Friday night. They're well coached, they're tough, they're physical, they rebound well. If we do have a weakness right now, it's rebounding. Against big, you know, Victoria, you know, out-rebounded us the whole game. But, you know, we just, you know, we're more athletic than Victoria. But, you know, if we can rebound and knock down a few shots, we'll be fine.
All right. Well, Coach Havlis, we'll try and pack the dog pound for you Friday night at 6 o'clock as you take on Rawlins County. Congratulations on the victory tonight and the start 2-0. That's Coach Matt Havlis. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks, Jackson. Bye.
There you have it. We'll sign off one last time. 6 minutes left before the boys tip off here against Western Plains. We'll see you folks in just a minute.
the Western Plains Healy Bobcats. And the home team, your very own Quinter Bulldogs. Starting for the Bobcats, a 5'9" sophomore, number 12, Caleb Beeks.
Welcome back, high school basketball fans in the beautiful Western Plains of the Sunshine State here in Kansas at the Castle Rock Tournament here in Quinter. The Castle Rock Classic, 38th annual. It's David Jenright alongside my colleague Jackson Webb. We'll be joined by Cale Hargett at halftime and in different spots of this contest. But we just finished the Quinter girls game. Quinter girls won 67-12 over Natoma, but next we have the Quinter boys who are taking on Western Plains Healy in this first contest. The Quinter boys are 0-1. They lost to Victoria last Friday 55-54 in that contest. Western Plains Healy is 0-0. This is their first contest of the season, first tournament of the season as well. Jackson, what do you expect to see out of Quinter tonight?
Yeah, for Quinter, I got to see some fight in them for sure. I know they're going to want to put up a good fight in this one. They're going to be chomping at the bit for a win after starting 0-1 and a tough loss to the Victoria Knights. But I see them, they're going to come out with some fire.
As they should on their home court. And for Western Plains, a little bit of a rough go last year, not the season that they had wanted, but obviously a fresh look right now, brand new season ahead of them with this game. If you're Western Plains Healy, what do you want to accomplish this game?
In this game, you want to start out on the best foot, of course. You're always looking for the win, but if it's a loss, it's got to be hard fought. You got to keep it close. You got to be competitive, and also you just got to stick to your game plan. A lot of basketball that we've been able to see, especially at Fort Hayes just down the road, when teams lose, a lot of the time they're losing because they're shying away from their game plan. Just play your basketball, and if it doesn't work out, then you can say you stick to your game plan and it just didn't work. Try a different one next time. So for this Western Plains team, stick to your basketball, but also be aware of where number 10 and number 21 are, because those guys are some playmakers. I'm talking about Preston Havlis and Bradley Riedel.
Let's go ahead and intro the starters for both teams tonight. For Quinter in the white jerseys and red trim, red letters, red numbers, it's Eli Gruenbacher, Kyler Johnson, Preston Havlis, Gus Bridges, and Bradley Riedel. And for Western Plains in the black jerseys with the red trim, red numbers, red letters, it's Caleb Weeks, Eddie Malakovsky, Jack Liu, Nicholas Valverde, and Wade Wason.
Fast-paced game already back and forth possession-wise, no score. But this is going to be a different matchup than we saw last year. We saw this Western Plains team come in here. They were outnumbered by many to this Quinter Bulldogs team. Only had 7 guys, I believe, make the trip. They were beat up from injury and illness, but now they got a new squad, tons of size and strength. It's going to be a totally new ball game as last year Quinter had their way with Western Plains.
Yeah, and you mentioned not having a lot of subs. Looking down, they've already got 4 on the bench, so almost a whole nother platoon. A huge improvement from last year, considering they would have only had 2 substitutes. And, you know, like you said, hopefully a good start to the season for Western Plains with the fresh slate ahead of them. Quinter not really able to get anything going there offensively, as Kyler Johnson, a little bit of miscommunication, tried to go down low, and it was stolen.
Both teams, a little bit like we said, first game for Western Plains, a little bit nerves as we see that with the turnovers going on already. But we'll see if Quinter can crack the scoring here.
Yeah, first varsity contest of the season. You don't expect anything spectacular from Western Plains, but spectacular, as I mentioned, Bradley Riedel with a good right-handed finish there at the rim for the first 2 of the contest.
Defense right there, but Kyler Johnson, he's going to pick up a foul, be the first one of the ball game.
They're going to change the officials and where they were standing and how they were positioned. Got a 3-man crew tonight for this finale game in the varsity gym, as the inbound was quickly stolen by the Bulldogs and they got fouled after gaining possession. So again, Bulldogs ball on their side of half court.
We got to talk about the Bulldogs real quick, David. They suffered a loss in the football season with Jaden Boone, arguably one of the best players on this side of the state. Just a tremendous talent that can shoot it as a forward and also play great defense, added great size down low. He was a sure-handed guy around the rim. Tough loss for those guys, losing him before the season even started. But they got a run-and-gun type team this year with some cross-country state championship runners as Gus Bridges as well as Eli Gruenbacher on the team, a part of that cross-country team that won state. So they got the speed on their side.
Yeah, speed indeed, and we talked with Coach John Christ a little bit prior to the matchup, and he's mentioned multiple times already that this might be the deepest team that he's ever coached. He said that he put all 12 guys in the game against Victoria, and that was a game that came down to the final buzzer. So knowing that you can go to any of the 7 guys on the bench after the first 5 is really crucial for Coach Christ.
Yeah, that it is. Just looking down there as we see them on the bench, I mean, Beckner, Polifka, Kaiser, Getz, all these guys, talents on the football team. So we're talking about dual sport athletes, and one that really sticks out, Lakin Getz. I mean, one of the most vicious defenders over here on this side of the state as well.
Terrific player, adds a lot of size to this roster as well, a roster that, you know, isn't the smallest roster in the world, don't get me wrong, but don't have a lot of size. Bradley Riedel likes to play fast for a taller guy. We got a few other guys that like to play fast, like to play the guard spot for being 6 foot or taller at a smaller school out here in Kansas. So the size is, you know, not necessarily there, but it's there to make an impact when they need it. Right there, Kyler Johnson got fouled, and he's at the line shooting free throws. Free throws, a big point of discussion when you talk about last Friday's game with Victoria. We talked about it earlier. The boys went 13 of 27 at the charity stripe in that game against Victoria, and considering they only lost by 1 point, if you think one converted trip at the line, Jackson, wins them that game.
Yeah, that it does. Free throws are such a big thing, and a tournament that I worked at last week, the Hayes City Shootout championship game, came down to free throws at the wire. Lawrence Free State High School on the east side of the state taking on Hayes High, a game that was not in, or Free State was up 41-39, I believe. Hayes High, or 41-40, Hayes High goes to the line, hits the first free throw, second one on the line to win the game, miss, go to overtime, they take the loss to Lawrence Free State.
Free throw's huge and huge. Right there, Eli Gruenbacher getting a field goal, a 3-point field goal at that for the Bulldogs to increase their lead to 6. Coach John Christ talked earlier as well about playing with a lot of pace, and a lot of pace we just saw. Riedel went coast to coast with that ball after the outlet pass and couldn't convert, and again a steal at half court, this time Eli Gruenbacher, and an easy lay-in for the older Gruenbacher on this Bulldog squad, and they are excited, Jackson.
Yeah, I knew they were going to come out with some fire. We see it already. 8-0 lead to start this one.
8-0, like you said, 4:42 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life.
Back in Quinter, the Castle Rock Classic underway. It's the finale matchup, one of the 2 finale matchups in the midst of these 2 gyms here at Quinter High School. We've got the Quinter Bulldogs and the Western Plain Healy Bobcats and Eagles. It's 8-0 Bulldogs on top, and the defense for the Bulldogs to this point been pretty well as the offense to this point too, Jackson. The Bulldogs have looked pretty complete coming out of the gate.
Yeah, that they have. The only little lapse they had at the free throw line. Kyler Johnson missing a couple easy ones there. But quick 8-0 lead, that's a great way to start. Not only that, but this game sets the tone for the entire tournament. You know, if you have an ugly game in the opening round, it kind of can dwindle and linger around if you don't squash it. So getting off on the right foot, not just winning, but trying to dominate is very important in this opening round.
And Western Plains Healy struggling to get that start going right now as they get a turnover on their half of the timeline, and Quinter takes over with an opportunity to score here and make it a double-digit lead as we're not even halfway through the first quarter yet. Gus Bridges will go to the corner. Kyler Johnson wanted the shot, but instead gives it away, and the other way it's Caleb Weeks, and he can't hang on to it, rolls out of bounds. Quinter will take it yet again.
See some substitutions now for the Bulldogs as number 24, Trevor Kaiser, and number 50, Braden Polifka will check in. A few dead balls go. Zane Beckner will get his first action of the night.
Polifka, one of those rebound guys along with Bradley Riedel, one of the bigger guys. Both of them had 6 rebounds in the last contest against Victoria. Looking for a presence down low if you're Coach Christ. And presence down low, Polifka right away gets a touch, can't convert. Good defense by Western Plains there. Quickly the other way is Western Plains, trying to get something going in the half court. Malakovsky has to give it off to Romer, and it's picked away. This time it's Beckner. Coast to coast, easy lay-in for Zane Beckner, and a name that we said often during football season we continue with during basketball.
Yeah, great defense leading to easy offense right there by Beckner.
And a huge block right there, no foul called. Oh, ball on that one from Riedel. Timed it up perfectly to go get that one.
Yeah, it was a two-man sandwich block right there. Bradley Riedel getting all ball and just throwing it off the pad underneath or behind the baseline. Number 32, Avery Briggs will check in now.
A term that a lot of high school coaches will use for great defenders when it comes to basketball is bulldog. And right now, the mascot that the Quinters have, they are living up to it with the defense that they are displaying right now. Active hands, active all over the place, and you can hear them as well. And the Bulldogs again on offense. In the corner, Beckner has to get rid of it as he falls away, and a good save that time, getting it to his buddy Ethan Gruenbacher. Up top 3 from the lefty, no good for Avery Briggs.
Looked pretty out of the hand, and great, they were patient.
Very patient. He got his own rebound, gave it to Zane Beckner. Zane Beckner with 4 quick ones as soon as he checks into this ball game. And Western Plains quickly the other way will get their first basket. It's Nicholas Valverde.
Took about 5.5 minutes for that Quinter defense to finally allow a bucket. They finally do.
Good drive and dish that time from Ethan Gruenbacher, and the finish from Polifka even better through the defense.
Yeah, everything's working right now for this Quinter Bulldog team, and it feels like it's all thanks to the defense. They're working so hard on defense that it's resulting in easy offense.
One thing that a lot of college coaches will talk to reporters about not wanting to allow is the fast defensive points, and with that being said, that's the defense that leads to easy transition buckets, and right now Quinter is capitalizing on all of those fast defensive points.
And that's the adjustment that Coach Chris had to make right before the season after the loss of Jaden Boone. They had to change identity because honestly the offense and what they were going to do was probably going to just revolve around him being the centerpiece, as well as Bradley Riedel out there with Preston Havlis. And now you have other players that you can get involved, which is not a bad thing at all that we're seeing. You got tons of speed and just defensive threats on this year's team. So Quinter's really utilizing those right now.
Yeah, you talked about speed, and another key thing on defense is effort. And these guys do nothing but put out all the effort imaginable when they're on defense and offense for that matter. Good swing pass again, a shot from Briggs, no good. Chases his own rebound, gives it to Ethan Gruenbacher, and that three is good.
Beautiful shot right there, and you gotta love the hustle. That one all comes thanks to Briggs, who shot a three, thought about it, didn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, and then immediately kicks it out to Gruenbacher.
Yeah, and that was a great offensive possession. Good hustle from Briggs, and on the other end, it was a good drive by Malakovsky, but Polifka not quite moving his feet, picks up the blocking call there. A lot of contact.
That's already 2 fouls now for Polifka in 1 quarter.
A good shot look from Malakovsky. It was a good inbounds play from Western Plains that time to get an open look out of the corner. Just couldn't convert. And now scores 17-2. Quinter up with 45 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Offense running at their own pace right now, controlling the game. Good find from Polifka in the corner. Ethan Gruenbacher, no good. A good rebound by Briggs, but he's blocked on the putback attempt. Nice job by Jack Lute.
Man, Briggs is serving to be the hustle guy, doing all the dirty work in order to free up his teammates right there. Just an offensive rebound, ripping it out of the hands of the Western Plain defense.
Briggs again finds a man down low. Can't quite convert though. Ball's tipped around. It's poked out again, so it's Quinter basketball, and they get an over and back call, which could have gone either way. It looked like it was tipped on the left side of half court from where the camera's showing, and it was gained possession on the right side. But nonetheless, officials call it an over and back, so Western Plains will take possession. Likely to hold for the last shot here as we're down to 10 seconds left in the first quarter. And Quinter gets his steal, down to 5, plenty of time, running the floor. Who is it? The effort man, Avery Briggs, and he gets a quick layup right as the quarter expires. Extends the lead, 19-2. Bulldogs on top after 1. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second quarter right after this.
Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter, or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Back in Quinter, we're through 1 quarter of action here, Jackson, and it's 19-2. It's been all Bulldogs to this point. And what have they been doing to give themselves such a substantial lead in the first quarter?
I mean, the Bulldogs, honestly, it's just been playing team basketball like we saw in that girls game. I've got already 6 players in the scoring column out of 19 points for the Quinter Bulldogs. Beckner, both the Gruenbachers, Riedel, Briggs, and Polifka all with points, playing great team basketball and great team defense as well. That's been the recipe for success so far.
Yeah, the team defense has led to a lot of those team offensive buckets where they have showed a lot of unselfishness. Not any guys taking any shots that look good just because they have the ball in their hands. Like that right there was perfect ball movement, and Gus Bridges with a pretty little floater just inside the free throw line.
And even better play design, they acted like they were going to go to the baseline rover. Instead, they set a screen in the middle of the paint to free up Bridges. Easy floater.
And a foul call right there. It's going to go against the offense. Charge against Wade Wason. His first. That's only the 5th in the first half for the Bobcats of Western Plains. For the Bulldogs right now, they got the starting 5 out there to start this second quarter. Bradley Riedel open in the corner for 3. No good, just a little short. Rebound fought for, and Western Plains ultimately comes out with it. Malakovsky running around with the ball, just trying to free himself up a little bit.
Western Plains offense has really struggled getting into sets. Right there, Bradley Riedel picks up a foul, and that's going to be foul number 5. So for Western Plains, nothing going offensively, but you hope you can get your way into the single bonus and try and get a few easy points that way.
Try to get some free ones. As this inbound almost stolen, the activity on defense has been very, very good from Eli Gruenbacher. It feels like every time there's been a loose ball, he's been near it. Part of that team defense that you talked about, everybody wants a piece of the ball, and that time Bradley Riedel pokes it out from behind. What he tried to do before he picked up that last foul, this time succeeds. Western Plains keeps it underneath their own basket. It's going to be Malakovsky inbounding. And this is a good play design from underneath the basket, but the pass to the corner just a little bit too close to the sideline. Malakovsky couldn't pull it in, so Quinter takes over yet again.
Yep, another turnover for Western Plains, and on the road in a tough gym to play in, you gotta value the basketball just a little bit more than what they have.
Terrific back and forth right there from Bridges and Kyler Johnson. A really good cut and a really good no-look pass from Bridges, but Johnson just couldn't quite finish that one, as there's another steal for Eli Gruenbacher. Pass to Johnson, and they'll get a double dribble, as it looked like Gruenbacher had a little bit of a hard time making the decision of whether he wanted to keep dribbling that ball or if he wanted to pass it off.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to go opposite court because he had Bradley Riedel wide open on the block.
One of those situations where it's not necessarily a bad thing to have too many options when you're in transition. Just one of those things that got to become better at making the decision when you're in transition. Down low, Bridges goes up with the right. Nice little baby hook. No good there. Attempted behind the back pass is intercepted from Western Plains. And a few defensive touches on the ball for the Bulldogs, but ultimately ends in a foul, and Western Plains is going to get a fresh slate at this 94-foot court. As Gus Bridges has picked up his second personal right there. 6th team foul of the half against the Bulldogs. Saw Beckner check into the game for Gruenbacher. And for the Bobcats, it was Angel Gonzalez checking in. Picked off this time, Preston Havlis goes up easy two, and transition offense again the story for the Bulldogs on that steal.
Yeah, nice easy two right there by Havlis, just being in the right spot at the right time defensively.
And again, right there, he showed up right place, right time, right as Malakovsky caught the ball, and Malakovsky wasn't ready for it as he turned.
Yeah, it kind of spooked him just a little bit and caused him to fumble the ball out of bounds.
Riedel running the point here. Good dish to the short corner. Havlis with the quick trigger on the three. No good. Down low, it looked like Bridges might have got pushed to the ground, but he gets up, playing some defense now as Western Plains trying to cross the timeline. Malakovsky all by himself spins into the lane, goes up with the left and finishes. Good little move there for Malakovsky to get two more for the Bobcats.
Yeah, great move right there, and an easy opportunity missed by the Quinter Bulldogs to answer right back, but that was good offense. The Bobcats need more of that moving forward.
Good little Euro step move that time. Bradley Riedel in transition, intercepted it, went coast to coast, finish with the Euro to his left, and gets two, and quickly it's an offensive foul. It's Quinter ball yet again.
Yeah, this Quinter team's fun to watch right now, and we talk about Bradley Riedel, pretty left-handed move that he used on that last trip down the court. That's something that is going through some work. He's finishing a lot better already this season with the left than he did last year. So you love to see when players make adjustments from year to year, and Bradley Riedel has.
Yeah, the improvement overall is terrific. And 25-4 the score right now. Quinter on top of Western Plains. We've got 4:40 left to play in the first half. Got a full timeout. We'll take one with the coaches and players. We'll be right back after this.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Back here in Quinter, let's go ahead and let you know why this broadcast is available this evening. Thanks to our wonderful sponsors, Blackwood Family Dentistry, helping your family achieve a healthy smile. Also, Family Market, the hometown grocer in Quinter. Go Big Red. Finally, GG&T Cattle Company. The Worth families are proud supporters of the Quinter Bulldogs. Those Bulldogs currently up by 21 right now with 4:40 left to play here in the first half. It's 25-4. The possession belonging to the Bulldogs as they come out of this full timeout taken by Western Plains, looking to stop the momentum of the Bulldogs. As they get a steal right there, is a good move by Riedel. Polifka wasn't ready, and an over and back call right there is just kind of a loss that time of a possession, as Raymer wasn't necessarily paying attention when he made that pass and put it right back on his side of half court.
Yeah, a little lapse of judgment right there. And honestly, your mind can get twisting and turning, and your gears just get off sync because the defense can be so stifling, and that's what we saw right there. But great offense. As Bradley Riedel finds Preston Havlas buried right underneath the bucket.
Yeah, great response after turning the ball over, getting the ball back and finding the open man and Havlas underneath. See if Western Plains can get something set up in the half court at this point. They've struggled so far. And we'll get another timeout from Coach Jeff Jones and the Bobcats. 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and leave it right here. We're just under 4 minutes to play in the first half now. 27-4. I believe that is the third timeout called by the Bobcats. Getting a little slim already. But we've had a pretty solid Castle Rock Classic to this point, Jackson. This is the first day of games. We have more games on Friday and Saturday, but to this point, there's nothing really to complain about.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see new teams in there. We talk about a few new faces around the tournament that we'll see. We'll see Western Plain, the team that Quinter's taking on right now, in the tournament for the first time out of the 38 years, as well as Wichita Christian. They're in it for the first time, as well as Natoma and Pawnee Heights. So a bunch of new teams this year. It's going to be fun to see what these new teams bring to the table. Also, it's kind of sad to see the other teams let go, such as Ellis and Hoxie, two terrific programs within the area, but we wish them the best of luck as well.
The best of luck indeed, since we won't get to see them this year, at least in the Castle Rock Classic, but Western Plains putting on a little bit of an offensive display that time as Noah Raymer got the steal, went coast to coast and finished. Good pass this time by Polifka. Eli Gruenbacher can't finish though, and Western Plains grabs the rebound. Malakovsky up the floor, intercepted by Riedel. I feel like I've said that multiple times this year. As Riedel looks, Beckner's open for three, takes the shot. Just a little bit too much off back iron.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. We'll see if Quinter can get another good look. A little bit of a rush shot right there by Gruenbacher, but that first one by Beckner, I mean, he had it lined up perfectly, just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, it took his time, looked like he was ready to shoot that ball too, and you love seeing shot-ready kids when they catch that pass. We're gonna get a few substitutions. Lakin Getz checks into the game for the Bulldogs, as well as Trevor Kaiser again. Also gonna get a little bit of Trace Kinderconnect action as he just made the pass down low. Beckner across the block, gets Trevor Kaiser going. Trevor Kaiser's first 2 points of the ball game.
No one really taking the center role or centerpiece for scoring, but it's just a plethora of Bulldogs. And now all but three, have entered the stat sheet or the scoring column for Quinter.
Decent attempt there at the left-handed reverse by Malakovsky. Can't get it to go, and the putback also no good. Quickly Kinderconnect the other way to Beckner. Beckner steps through and gets two. Good transition from the Bulldogs right there.
Yeah, those two guys are familiar with each other from football, being in the backfield, being Jaden Boone's two favorite guys to go to. Right there, they combine for an easy two.
Good hustle right there. We just talked about it. Beckner showing some hustle, going 3 levels into the stands to try to save that ball. Couldn't get there in time. Western Plains across the timeline. You can hear Coach Jeff Jones yelling at him to get set. Waiting for this offense to get set as Malakovsky will put up a 3, and it is good. A nice looking shot there from Malakovsky.
Yeah, that was a nice bucket right here, right in front of us, in front of the Quinter Bulldog bench. Three-pointers not a whole lot that Quinter's been able to put up tonight, but they're getting good looks at it. They're just not falling.
That's right. We'll see another substitution for the Bobcats right here. It's Angel Gonzalez. Checks in for Jack Lou. It's 31-9 after that last 3-pointer by the Bobcats. Pretty close to the half-court line on that inbound. That could have been bad. See Caleb Weeks there taking the inbound. Malakovsky again right in front of the Quinter bench will shoot from deep. Can't get that one to go. Polifka tried to tip it to himself, and it gets knocked out of bounds by Valverde. And Quinter going to take over again. We're nearing in on a minute left in this first half. And Jackson, it seems like a little bit that at times this Quinter offense is kind of stalled a little bit.
Yeah, that they had. That first quarter was super quick and efficient for them. But now kind of riding the roller coaster, have some ups, have some downs, but still a great commanding lead at 31-9. Really in no position to stress right here.
Yeah, no position to stress at all, because despite, the roller coaster they've kind of been on, all of the opportunities and looks that they've had have been good looks and good opportunities. Like that one right there from Getz. That was a good look, but he just couldn't quite convert on that.
Seeing a great team basketball, that's what I enjoy, and there's no one star sticking out more than the other. It's really fun to see all the guys getting involved.
Yeah, early on you talked about the impact that the injury to Jaden Boone was going to make to this basketball team, and we talked to Coach Christ about it while we were still covering football for the Bulldogs, and Coach Christ immediately talked about how he's going to have to, like you said, change the image of this team, and the image of this team still looks very good, very high quality.
That it does, and for him to be able to do that, that's just a veteran coach and knowing what works and what doesn't. He goes to his guys, they make the adjustment, and it's working out so far so good for him.
Yeah, a lot of depth on this team, a lot of names that, that looks like they can go to at any point. As that time, Jack Lou banks it in from just beyond the free throw line. Good shot for the Bobcats, good ball movement for the Bulldogs. They quickly came back down, had an opportunity, got blocked, and then another one from Gruenbacher. Couldn't get it to go. Making a steal, Avery Briggs, the hustle man again. Being a part of that defense that got the steal and finishing. We're down to 10 seconds on the half. Almost stolen again by the Bulldogs. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Western Plains. 4 seconds left to go in the first half.
Coach over here on the Western Plains side signaling for play one.
Weeks takes the inbound, takes 3 dribbles up, and he'll be called for a travel as he tried to come to the jump stop, and that leaves us with .6. So
had a good look at it, just another turnover.
Yep. And no shot even attempted by the Bulldogs here, as they are satisfied with their lead heading into half. It's 33-11, the Bulldogs on top of the Bobcats of Western Plains. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the first half overview after this.
Quinter Pit Stop, just north of I-70 in Quinter, has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
Solinsky Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Selenskys operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Selensky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers-Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life. Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog athletics.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Back here in Quinter, your halftime score 33-11 Jackson, and the scoring was plentiful for the Bulldogs there in that first half. Their 33 points summed up from 9 different guys on the roster were able to score there. The leading scorer was Beckner with 6, Gruenbacher behind him with 5. Had 3 different guys with 4, 2 different guys with 3, and 2 different guys with 2. Jackson, tell us a little bit about the first half for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, you can't play more of a team game than they did in that first half, and that's one thing that we didn't know what we were going to see coming into this ball game as well as this year with the loss of Jaden Boone, the centerpiece for this team as well on the football field. But it's great to see these guys just working together, playing a great team game right now. It was very fun to see Avery Briggs and what he brought to the table, just an absolute hustle guy, and then as well as Zane Beckner. He is very fast, and he's doing a great job around the rim, cashing in on the easy points.
Terrific job all around from the Bulldogs, and it wasn't necessarily a bad first half for the Bobcats of Western Plains, but it just was very obvious that they were overmatched by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that they were, and I feel like it so much after that first half, it was just a little bit or a lot of it of first game jitters. This team is going to progress, and they're going to be better as the year goes on. We look at it last year, their season started off on a tough note, but they did come back and finish pretty well, 6-11, 6 wins on it for a team that coming into the season didn't have a whole lot of numbers to their roster, but they're looking better this year and definitely looking to get back on the right track. Just look for them to have a tough competitive second half here, as it is their first time in this historic tournament.
Yeah, first time in this tournament, first game of the season as well for Western Plains. Can't really go wrong there. It's 33-11. We'll take another quick break, and when we come back, we'll have our special guest, Cale Hargett, on to talk with us about the first half and second half as well.
Thinking snacks, refreshing sips? Quinter Pit Stop just north of I-70 in Quinter has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
Solinsky Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskys operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Solinsky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life. Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics.
Kaiser Angus supports the Bulldogs in their academic and athletic achievement. Kaiser Angus is owned and operated by Daryl and Frina Kaiser. They have served many ranchers in the area and farmed in Gove County since 1990. The Kaisers offer and sell registered Black Angus cattle. They also look forward to being your new seed stock source. Look for their annual production sale the first Thursday in April. More information can be found at kaiserangus.com. Kaiser Angus is proud to support the Bulldogs in this tough year and looks forward to many more accomplishments to come.
Back here at the Castle Rock Classic, I am David Jenwright. My partner Jackson Webb has taken a break, and our special guest and good friend of the broadcast, Cale Hargett, is here to join us. Cale, the first half was pretty one-sided, but what do you think Quinter needs to do to stay ahead like this?
Just keep picking off these passes, as you see right there, another one, as they just need to keep picking off these passes. I mean, that's shutting down this offense, and they're really rushing this Western Plains team into bad passes, and that's what you need to do to win the game. Another turnover like that, just playing good defense rushes them into turning the ball over and creating offense for this Quinter team, and that's what really helped them in the first half, and I don't think you change anything here, as the offense has been a little bit slow They're passing it around a lot and then getting a couple of rebounds here and there. And other than that, it's been the defense that's won them, or not won them, but made them lead so far. As see another good defensive play for Preston Havalis.
You got no basket on the foul that time. Kale, is there anything Western Plains can do to get back into this game?
Calm down. I would say that's the main thing. They look so rushed when you see them pass the ball. Maybe run the offense around number 15 more, as he has shown to be able to handle the team with a good three with a lot of time. Kind of a mistake from the Bulldogs, as he shows that he can be a leader on this team, and I think that if he can do that, then the Bobcats will be a little bit better on the offensive side of things. And just playing good defense would help. I mean, this Bulldogs team is so quick and flashy. It's hard to do, but it is capable of being done.
You were right on cue right there, Kale, as the flashiness of Bradley Riedel shown right when you talked about it. So far, it looks like the Bulldogs kind of have the same mindset you do, Kale, just keeping a very attent eye on playing good defense.
Very scrappy defense, just like the girls, and that's what won the girls' game. And they're going to try and see if the girls can do it, why can't we?
That's right. Both of these teams looking pretty solid to start their first games here at home. And Kale, do you think playing at home really helps the Bulldogs a lot?
Yes,
do you think they play better at home?
Yes, this student section here for the Bulldogs has really helped them, and you can hear it. It kind of even puts a little bit more pressure on this Western Plains team, as you can see when they are being screamed at down here. And in the second half, you'll see it a lot more as they start to scream right near you, and it gets pretty intense as you see it. They're getting a little bit rushed to make quick passes and a little bit forced passes, as the Bulldogs are used to this. And they know how to overcome this, and playing defense kind of helps a little bit too, as not being screamed at when you're playing offense kind of helps as well.
Right, having that crowd behind your side rather than rooting against you is a huge, huge advantage, especially in a gym like this one.
And that's where you see most of the close games in this gym, where the crowds are mostly pretty divided, or you have a lot of skill versus a fan base. It gets close, and you can tell it gets very intense as the time starts to wind down.
I almost saw Western Plains take a page out of the Quinter book there, picking that pass off, but Quinter maintains possession. Riedel's going to set up the offense here.
Put the thumbs up there.
Quick trigger by Eli Gruenbacher, no good, but fights for his own rebound.
Maybe a set play there, trying to be put in as a travel called.
It was good hustle by Gruenbacher to make himself open for that shot, and as well as fighting for that rebound, kind of forced that travel there, putting a little bit of pressure on the Bobcats.
They stayed with kind of an offense similar to the girls, as kind of a dribble, drive, pass it around type of approach for the Bulldogs.
And so far it's worked, so you know what they say, Kalen, if you don't, you'll learn soon. If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
That's what I was thinking. I think that Chris knows that, and he has used it in the past, so I don't think he's going to change much, as it's shown to give the Bulldogs the lead. As another thing to watch out for is Bradley Riedel. He will take charges out of nowhere. It will be very surprising when you see it, and against that Victoria team, it was a tough night for him, getting called on a lot of blocks, getting in foul trouble, and it definitely made him upset, and it kind of drove a little bit of anger to give a couple of turnovers against the Bulldogs, but he has changed it today, as I haven't seen it as much, but they are still holding the lead.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout here, Kale. It's Western Plains calling a full timeout. Scores 37-11, 4:44 left here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back after this.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life.
Back in Quinter, 37-11. Quinter on top of the Western Plains Bobcats here at the Castle Rock Classic. You just heard from our special guest, Cale Hargett, doing a tremendous job here with myself, David Jenwright, and Jackson Webb joining us again here in this broadcast. Jackson, quite a slow start to this third quarter for both teams. You had an opportunity to kind of sit back and just take it in. What did you see?
I feel like Quinter did a good job of spreading the wealth right there. The passes are there, just not converting around the rim. Having a tough time right there around the basket, but they're getting into some more half-court sets, slowing the offense down a little bit, so that's been exciting to see. For Western Plains, struggle continues just a little bit. They're having trouble still with the turnovers.
And speaking of turnovers, Gus Bridges got a little bit excited there for a shot, turned and had a hand in his face, took the shot, got a frustration foul after missing it, fighting for the rebound. As you like to see, the hustle and the effort from Bridges, but got to contain a little bit when it comes to situations like that when you're frustrated. Just went ahead and got rid of it, got the foul called there. And immediately on the other end, Havlis going to go ahead and grab onto that basketball, get a held ball call. Nonetheless, it keeps the possession with the Bobcats. This ball tipped away again. Gus Bridges with some active hands. Saw the facial expressions there. He was upset about it, wanted the basketball back. This inbound pass almost stolen. Good on-ball defense from Eli Gruenbacher on the floor immediately as soon as it was loose. And he picks up the foul. He picks up a foul called against Western Plains.
Yeah, and I feel like we don't see or don't hear a whistle called after, it was all thanks to the hustle right there by Gruenbacher. If he doesn't hit the deck, and that's just the official rewarding great defense right there.
Absolutely, and great defense it was. Had two good shot opportunities right there. Open three from Havlis was missed, and then the open three on the second opportunity. Skip pass from Riedel to Bridges. Bridges dribbles left, thought about the step back. Gruenbacher goes in, steps through, it's tipped back to him, kicks out Havlis for three, no good off back rim. Quinter again. This time Riedel will take a three on the kick out, and he sinks it from the corner. Bradley Riedel.
Yeah, good shot there by Riedel, and it was in the flow of the game. Offensive rebound good to Johnson, and he kicks it out. Knew exactly what he wanted to do with the basketball as soon as he got it.
Our good friend Cale talked to us earlier about the defense continuing to intercept those passes, and a good job that time by the football team's quarterback, Preston Havlis, to intercept that ball, but couldn't finish.
Dad's going to be mad about those. Might have to sleep outside.
Might have to, either that or at least on the couch. Pass around this time, Havlis with another steal, looking for the opportunity to finish coast to coast again, but fouled this time. Very upset after missing that one. Like you said, Jackson, he might know that his bed might not be in the question for the next few days.
Yeah, I know, and he's got a sister that we got to keep in mind, and also a younger brother that could give him a run for the money for the best basketball player in the family. His sister on the state championship team a few years ago, hit the game-winning free throws for Coach Matt Havlis on the girls' side of things, and then also his younger brother over here helping the camera crew out, videoing for the boys' team. He's a big member of the middle school basketball team and the success that they're having this season. We talked to Cale, got their conference tournament coming up next week, and we'll definitely have to check in and see what Big Cooper can do for the middle school Bulldogs.
Preston goes 0 for 2 that time at the line. Couldn't get it to go, and Polifka was no good on the putback attempt after the rebound. Western Plains looking to get the half-court offense set up, and there's going to be a foul called on the attempt for the loose ball. They'll get Avery Briggs, our hustle man of the first half. They'll call him for the foul right there. Got a little bit too much hand.
I know we don't get too much of it. I mean, the cheer squad does a tremendous job, and honestly, or actually, David, the Quinter High School cheer squad actually recently competed for the Kansas State High School Spirit Showcase in Topeka. Did a great job showcasing their talents, putting their cheers on full display. We get the pleasure of watching them throughout the games, but if at halftime, if this could be arranged, would love to see, you know, street rules, one-on-one basketball, Cooper Havlas, Preston Havlas. Would love to see that. If we could get that worked out, I'll talk to Principal Countryman and see if we can get that arranged in the coming games. But if not, I think I'm going to have to go with Cooper as the better basketball player in the Havlas family.
I think that might be a solid bet, Jackson. It might be a really good entertainment, you know, contest at halftime of one of these games.
I'd honestly pay for that. Pay-per-view on YouTube.
Pay-per-view on YouTube right here on the Quinter channel. It's not set in stone.
I might get us 1,000 subscribers that we need to hit.
There can't get that three to go down. The Bobcats are coming back the other way, looking for something on offense. Haven't had a whole lot, haven't put one through the hoop yet here in the second half. 6.5 minutes without a bucket. Nice job by the Bulldogs defense. Driving baseline and blocked was Raymer, but Raymer is going to be rewarded with the free throws as a foul is called.
Yeah, Quinter Connect got him from behind. He got a lot of the ball, but also got just enough of the arm of Western Plains to get the whistle called.
First trip to the line for Raymer. He can't get the first one to go. And a cleaner half so far here in the second half. Only 3 fouls on both sides. When we finished the first quarter, there was, I think, 5 on each side. So we're almost through 3 now.
Same thing that we saw in the girls game, too. A lot more fouls in the first half than the second half.
You know, for Western Plains, we've talked about it a few times already. This is their first game, not only of this tournament, but of this season alone. So, you know, a lot of things probably still needing to be dusted off in this first contest. Is right there you see Braden Polifka putting one through underneath. Good finish for him. Doubles his total for points as Avery Briggs gets a steal on the other end of the floor, and it's poked out from behind him, so the Bulldogs will retain possession.
Yeah, and if it's not poked out, one more dribble and one pass ahead, he had Trace Kinderconnect wide open underneath the basket.
Good half-court offense being set up right now by the Bulldogs. And a three-pointer for Avery Briggs. This time good. Briggs knocks the 3 down.
On the money, and what a beautiful stroke from the lefty. The southpaw from the left wing, the Quinter logo, knocks it home.
That three-pointer gave him 7 points on the night. First basket of the second half as the Bulldogs extended their lead with that 3. It's 45-11. Now we're under 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. It's Western Plains ball underneath the basket. Malakovsky has it on the wing. He'll pull up. He hit one of those earlier. That one just about goes down as well. And like you mentioned earlier, Jackson, pretty looking stroke out of Malakovsky.
Yeah, it is. It was a great shot. Hand in his face, too, which makes it that much more impressive.
2 points quickly for Kaiser, and a shot heaved at the buzzer by Malakovsky is no good. And after 3 quarters of play, it's 47-11. The Bulldogs on top here at the Castle Rock Classic. We'll be right back with the 4th and final quarter of play after this.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Back in Quinter, for the final 8 minutes of play in one of two of tonight's finale games. The other one going on in the JV gym. Currently, it's Natoma and Rollins County over in that gym, the boys' side of the bracket. And right here, we've got Quinter and Western Plains, 47-11 the score. But we just wanted to remind you that the Quinter High School band that you've heard multiple times throughout the evening is under the direction of Miss Julynn Samuelson and Mrs. Cheryl Bird, and they are the pride of Quinter High School. Quinter High School showing out here in this first contest of their host tournament, the Castle Rock Classic. Jackson, final 8 minutes of play. What are you looking for from the Bulldogs?
Just a strong finish and stick with the team game that they've been playing, not forcing up ugly shots. They've been taking great uncontested shots, and then also just keeping it strong on the defense and not getting into any foul trouble as we go through the last 8 minutes of play.
Through the first 8 minutes of the second half, the Quinter defense gave up 0 points in that third quarter as we ended halftime as a score of 33-11. And I'm not sure if that's on John Chris' goals for this second half is to not give up any points, but definitely an opportunity at this point in the contest. As this defense and offense still rolling, making plays on defense, leading to good opportunities on offense. Polifka fouled underneath the basket. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Polifka's first is good. This is his first trip to the charity stripe this evening. Free throws have looked a little bit better on the night for the Bulldogs compared to last Friday when they took on the Knights in Victoria. We talked about it. They went 13 of 27 at the charity stripe that night. As Polifka here goes 2 for 2. That makes the Bulldogs 3 of 8 on the evening. Not ideal, but better than the previous contest with the Knights.
Yeah, and that's a number at the free throw line that, as you expect, and you look at trends for just about every team in the country, the free throw numbers from the first couple of games are a lot less than those at the end of the game. So that number tends to increase as the year goes on, and that's something that we're already seeing for the Bulldogs. A little bit better shooting percentage tonight at the free throw line.
Good give and go there. Kinder Connect gave to Getz and got it on the way back to the rim. He's fouled on the shot, so a good look and a good play design for the Bulldogs right there. Kinder Connect going to step to the line. This will be his first opportunity for points in the contest and his first free throws of the night as well. Can't get the first one to go. Second of 2 is up and good for Kinder Connect. That moves them to 4 of 10 on the evening from the charity stripe as a team. Up 50-11. 3 minutes through the fourth quarter of play and still haven't given up a single point. As 2 shots for the Bobcats, not good right there. And after the rebound, a travel call as Briggs came down with the rebound. Thought he had some contact on him, but a travel called. So Western Plains going to keep it underneath their basket.
Perfect opportunity right now to talk a little bit about the winners in this historic tournament. Being a 38-year-old tournament, the last few, it's been a lot of Hoxie, but with them not in the tournament this year, we'll have a chance for some new teams to win it. We talked about last year, it was Ellis beating the Wheatland-Grinnell Thunderhawks. That team looking very good. We saw them take on Wichita Christian earlier. Looked great. Jet Vincent, of course, the standout on that team. We also saw Ellis, like we said, win the tournament last year. 59-52 was the final over Wheatland-Grinnell. The year before, they beat Hoxie in overtime on a buzzer beater, 67-65. But the 3 years before that, 19, 18, 17, all Hoxie. 2 of those 3 in overtime. So, David, a little bit of the trend. In the last 5 years, we've had 3 overtime winners. Is that a possibility on the boys' side this year again?
I think absolutely, just because of the level of competition on the boys' side is, it's up there, as well as the fact that it's very even on the winner's side of the bracket at this point. There's a lot of really good teams on that side of the bracket right now.
Yeah, and we talk about 2 teams that are ranked in the Acacia's preseason poll. We talk about Pawnee Heights and Wheatland Grinnell, the Thunderhawks, of course. 3 teams, and after this, after the first round's over, it's down to the final 4. And 3 of those teams are really stout teams, and teams that are familiar with one another, as Quinter and Wheatland Grinnell played each other a couple times last year.
Our favorite guest, Cale Hardig, is gonna, just gave us an update that Rollins is currently winning over Natoma in the JV gym right now. That would make a matchup for Rollins County and Wheatland Grinnell tomorrow on the winner's side of the bracket. Like you talked about, 3 of these 4 teams that could end up in this winner's side of the bracket. You could flip a coin for each of the matchups, because these are really good teams, really good competition, and in history, as you mentioned, is a really good tournament. Riedel went up for the dunk that time and gets stuffed by the front of the rim. Just wasn't quite ready for the rim to be still 10 foot high when he got there.
Yeah, it took off just, I believe, 1 step a little bit early. He wasn't at the highest point in his jump right there. Had the opportunity for the highlight reel play. And, in basketball, especially at this level, with how much speed there is, it's really hard to get those open looks. So you wonder how many more opportunities he'll get. But honestly, the defense of Quinter is so stifling that they'll probably get a few more chances for Riedel to do that this season.
You could tell as soon as Riedel grabbed that ball and started running with it, his eyes just lit up. He saw an open rim, an open floor, and a lot of room to go up for that dunk. And like you said, it's so fast at this level that it's not hard to imagine that he wasn't exactly in the right position to finish that dunk.
Yeah, he did. I thought we were going to have another one right there. They wanted it. Kyler Johnson, 1 pass away.
It looked like all 5 guys on the floor wanted to give it to Riedel right there, and they knew that it needed to happen right then and there, because as we near the 1 minute mark of this 4th quarter, we just got a platoon swap as Coach Chris going to go ahead and give some of these guys off the bench the last minute of play. We see Polifka, Getz, Avery Briggs, Zane Beckner shooting the 3 right there, sinks that one. What shot right there for Zane Beckner.
Beautiful shot in front of us right here in front of this Quinter bench too. I mean, just perfect spiral on that shot, just the rotation that you love to see.
And a good move down low by Malakovsky. He did a little bit of a sidestep underneath the rim to get close, have an opportunity, got fouled on his way up, so he's going to shoot 2 here. Can't get the first one to go. We've neared the 20-second mark in this contest. Malakovsky can't get either of the 2 to go. Rebounded by Gonzalez for the Bobcats. He'll just throw up a putback shot, no good, and the Bulldogs running. Beckner gonna pull it up and dribble out these final 3 seconds, and really all around domination for the Bulldogs in this contest, as they're gonna win this first matchup of the Castle Rock Classic, 57-12 over the Bobcats of Western Plains.
Yeah, I mean, David, it was a overall just dominant victory on both sides, girls and boys. You love to see the Quinter High School Bulldogs get back in the win column and get that first win of the season. It'll really segue them into what's going to be an exciting year for them. As we talk about an interesting story for them, they faced already with adversity before coming into the first game, losing their main man, Jaden Boone. But the guys played a great team game all around. Bunch of Bulldogs in the stat book tonight, and it was just fun to watch. Great team basketball.
Great team basketball indeed. Great display of high school basketball here in this first contest for the Bulldogs in the Castle Rock Classic. They went 57-12. Again, moved their record to 1-1, which means Friday they will go ahead and take on Pawnee Heights here in this varsity gym at 7:30, while the girls of Quinter will take on Rollins County at 6 o'clock in this very gym on Friday when this Castle Rock Classic continues. It's been a fun day here in Quinter thus far, the first day of the Castle Rock Classic. Jackson finishing this up 57-12. Lots of good basketball yet to come later on in this week.
Yeah, super excited for it. And one last time for the evening, we'll thank our sponsors. We've got to say a special thanks to Kendra Barnes at Farm Bureau Financial Services, Blueston Medical, Blackwood Family Dentistry, Kaiser Angus, Solinsky Land and Cattle Co., Smoky Hill Ag, Equity Bank, Quinter Pit Stop, Gove County Medical Center, Kansas Land Bank, Family Market, Gove Community Bible Church, GG&T Cattle Company, and Man Farms. We're awaiting Coach Chris to come up for a post-game interview. Hopefully he can make it up, but we'll take this time now to let Cale Hargett jump on the mic, and as we wait for Coach Chris, we'll have Cale say his final thoughts on tonight's ball game.
And we've got our main man, Cale Hargett here. Cale, 4 quarters, 57-12, the final. Bulldogs win it. What did you see out there?
I saw a lot of good defense from the Bulldogs. A very pressured Western Plains team. I mean, it goes to show only 1 point in that second half. It was hard to watch, as to say the least. I mean, in the third quarter, held scoreless, and then in that the fourth quarter, excuse me, only 1 point. It was just nothing was working for the Bobcats. As that's pretty much the summary of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned it at halftime when we asked you what the Bulldogs needed to continue to do, and you mentioned defense, and like you just said, it was all defense from the Bulldogs. And you got to watch a little bit of that Pawnee Heights-Dighton matchup earlier today. What do you expect for the Quinter boys when they take on Pawnee Heights Friday night?
Well, what they need to bring is a very good defense like they showed tonight. They are not afraid to shoot. They will shoot the ball from everywhere. A couple of players have shot the ball from very deep, a couple of steps behind the three-point line, and they can make it. So it is going to be a very good matchup between both teams, and I think that it possibly could even go into overtime like Dighton and Pawnee Heights did tonight. As if that comes to happen, I feel like Pawnee Heights is going to have a slight advantage with already playing an overtime game, and Quinter is going to have to stay calm, cool, and collected when they come to play Pawnee Heights on Friday, as that one is going to be a very good matchup.
Very good matchup indeed. You mentioned it. They've already played an overtime contest in this one. Jackson mentioned that overtime contests have been the decider in a few of the last tournaments in general, the tournament finale. And so the fact that Pawnee Heights already has a little bit of overtime experience under their belt, like you said, Cale, is huge. We're waiting to see if we're going to get head coach John Christ here with Cale Hargett, eighth grader, right, Cale? Here at Quinter Quinter Public School System, not quite in the high school yet. But Cale's given us terrific insight tonight. It's been a pleasure to have you with us, Cale. We're going to send it to a quick break while we wait for Coach John Christ. We'll be right back after this. Again, thanks for listening to Quinter Bulldogs.
Kansas Land Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansas Land Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansas Land Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Thinking snacks, refreshing sips? Quinter Pit Stop just north of I-70 in Quinter has this and more. From fuel to your favorite snacks, and not to mention daily lunch specials and fresh pizza, new owners Travis and Kristen Haldeman and their staff welcome you to their store 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and until 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop in or call the Quinter Pit Stop at 785-754-3707. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletic.
Solinsky Land and Cattle Inc. of Park, Kansas proudly supports all Bulldog activities and Bulldog athletics. Kelly and Curtis are lifelong residents of Gove County and have farmed for over 30 years. They proudly run their family business. The Solinskys operate a small livestock feed yard while also growing wheat and corn. Keeping up with the best practices, they incorporate no-till farming in the operation to the greatest extent possible. Selensky Land and Cattle would like to congratulate the Bulldogs on the tremendous accomplishments of this year and wish them the best of luck.
A healthy smile is the goal for every patient at Blackwood Family Dentistry. For over 18 years, Dr. Blackwood and his staff have been offering comprehensive care to patients of all ages. Dr. Blackwood is your hometown provider for all treatment options to maintain and restore your oral health. So if you are a new patient or want convenient family scheduling, make an appointment at Blackwood Family Dentistry, proud supporter of Bulldog academics and athletics.
Gove County Medical Center would like to welcome podiatrist Dr. Robert Hens, who is now accepting new patients. This means you can receive high specialized care for many foot conditions such as sports injuries, foot and ankle pain, bunions, and many more. With Dr. Hens and on-staff providers, GCMC hopes to serve as a premier facility for podiatry. By extending this care in Quinter, you will not need to travel for your podiatry needs. Gove County Medical Center, dedicated to healing through caring. We are GCMC.
Providing clients with the knowledge they deserve and the coverage they desire, Kendra Salyers Barnes with Farm Bureau Financial Services specializes in excellent customer service, integrity, and accountability. She has dedicated over 20 years to serving Northwest Kansas communities. For all your insurance and financial needs, call or stop by the offices to see Kendra at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Hoxie at 785-675-3661 or in Quinter 785-754-3641. Farm Bureau Financial Services, here to help you protect what matters most in life. Blue Stem Medical's primary care physicians, Dr. Michael Mackin, Dr. Doug Gruenbacher, Dr. Shelley Gruenbacher, Dr. Scott Rempel, Dr. Anna Rempel, and nurse practitioner Glenda Wheeler provide medical assistance for the entire family. Their amazing staff provides services for all ages, including OB, sick and well visits, televisits, physicals, immunizations, and minor procedures. Visit them at 501 Garfield Street in Quinter or give them a call at 785-754-3333 to book your next appointment. Blue Stem Medical, delivering beneficial care for Northwest Kansas and a proud supporter of Bulldog athletics.
Smoky Hill Ag is your precision ag service dealer. They offer customized agronomy for your farm, providing precision fertilizer applications with custom chemical blends. Smoky Hill Ag will create recommendations specific to each farmer's needs. With local service and competitive prices over the past 15 years, Smoky Hill Ag provides local ownership, management, and employment with community involvement. Trust them for all of your customized agronomy needs. Smoky Hill Ag, a loyal supporter of Quinter High School.
Kansas Land Bank is a locally owned community bank supporting community and school events. They are a full-service bank offering everything from ag loans to personal savings and checking accounts. Kansas Land Bank has a friendly staff that provides that personal touch. As one of the few locally owned community banks left in western Kansas, they strive to serve the needs of the people in our area. Kansas Land Bank remains a proud supporter of all Bulldog activities.
Back here in Quinter, we are waiting on head coach John Christ, but he's a busy man after the first W of the season, so we won't bother him anymore. Quinter wins over Western Plains in their first match of the Castle Rock Classic, 57-12, the final. This has been David Jenwright, Jackson Webb joined me, as well as Cale Hardig, our friend from Quinter. This has been it for the evening. Good first two games for the Quinter Bulldogs. Girls win, boys win. We'll see you again on Friday right here on YouTube.